Welcome back to Stamping at the Warren, and I'm Kim Tolton, and I have a little Mother's Day card for you today that would easily be simply enough for children to do, even really quite small children. My granddaughter, who is nearly 5, she can do this level of stamping, so all she needs a hand with is the actual cutting of the cardstock. She can't quite get that, but the stamping she's fine with. So this is the sort of card that kids could easily do for their parents, their mum. And this stamp set, the main stamp set, is using one of the Bration ones, but it's actually a combination of 3 stamp sets. I know. But I wanted the Sunburst from Kinda Eclectic, which is here. And I wanted the Mother's Day sentiment from the Teeny Tiny Sentiments. And the rest of it is from the Flowering Fields stamp set, which is one of the exclusive Bration products that you can only obtain if you put in qualifying orders of £45, which excludes VAT and postage. But for every £45 you earn in that way, you would qualify for one of the free Bration products, of which there are quite a few. And who doesn't like a free stamp set at the end of the day? And this is the time of year to stock up on all of these things, because this is Stampin' Up's biggest promotion of the year. Right, so that aside, I'm going to crack on and get this card done. So, pop it to one side. As always, you need to start with your card base, which is 21 centimetres by 14.8 centimetres. Score the long side at 10.5 centimetres. Fold so that the ridge is on the inside of the card, and burnish that fold with your bone folder to get a nice crisp finish. And pop it to one side. Next you need your piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 14 centimetres by 9.7 centimetres. And we're going to start by stamping the Sunburst, and this is using crushed curry, I believe. Yep, crushed curry. So I'm using all Regal's stamp sets, ink pads and cardstock today. So you could stock up by getting the cardstock and ink pad deals that stamp 3 times with this stamp and alter the heights. So this is first, second, third generation stamping, so you end up with 3 images, all in different tones. And we're done with the Cajun Craze, so that can go, not Cajun Craze, crushed curry, so that can go away. Next we're going to use always Artichoke, a lovely quite flat khaki light green, beautiful colour. And for that I'm going to do what is a very much a globe artichoke type of flower, which you do get decorative ones as well as edible ones. So again, you're going to do 1 stamp, 2 stamps, and then I'm actually going to go in the middle of those 2 there and put a 3rd one up the top. And then the last one is this lovely one here. It's this one. Where are we? This one here, I think. No, this one. That one there, which is really pretty. So I've done that one in Elegant Eggplant, so that we're tying in the Perfect Plum, so that lovely eggplanty colour, with the Perfect Plum. And because they're all part of the same collection, they all work together anyway. And this is a nice tall one, but you still want to sort of get some height with it. So do up and down, and you'll probably get a 4th generation Stampin there, and probably a 5th over on this side as well. And that just ties everything in nicely. So you can put all those ink pads away. And put your stamps to one side so we don't get everything mucky. And I'm using fast fuse. You use whichever you prefer, whether it's tear and tape, Tombow, liquid glue, or fast fuse as I'm using here. I don't find that the snail is quite strong enough for being out on display for a long period of time. So if you've got a card that you want to keep, do use the fast fuse or Tombow, is the best alternative. So we're going to pop a piece of cardstock across here, and that measures 2 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. And this is just going to go and breach the gap across there. And then finally, on a strip of Whisper White cardstock, which is 1.5 centimetres wide, we're going to stamp the sentiment from the teeny tiny sentiment stamp set, and using basic black for this one. It is the archival one, but because of the intense colours, I think basic black is the right colour to be going with. And we're going to make a little banner to go across the middle. So you just hold the cardstock down with your little fingers, and then, no, I'm not happy with that, that's smudged. I knew it was going to smudge as soon as I did it. Move it along, that's why I like to do it on longer strips. That's better. And using the banner punch, you're going to feed your piece of cardstock in through the top of the punch, guide it between the cutting blades, so I don't know if you can see there, and you slide that along to your sentiment. And this punch will only take up to 1.5 centimetres wide, so this way, but it can be up to 12 inches long, so you can make your banner as long as you like. I could have used a triple banner punch, but that has larger banner ends, and I wanted the smaller ones that are on this punch. And before we pop that on, decorate this just with some basic rhinestones. So you just want your paper piercing tool, and what I do is I snip through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going there. I'm going to do 5 basic rhinestones this time. So pop your paper piercing tool underneath, pop it up. One of my hairs has got on there. and just pop it under the sentiment like that. And then a couple of Stampin' dimensionals, or if you're using up bits like me, just use the edge bits off of your Stampin' dimensionals pack. Do like to use everything as much as I can. And then this goes down on the edge there, and there you have your Mother's Day card. Quick, simple, clean. Oh, I haven't mounted it on the card base actually, so that's all that's left to do. So just quick, bit of fast fuse or Tombow. Don't use PVA glue, it causes the cardstock to wrinkle and warp, and that's not pretty even if a child has made the card. So there you go, today's card. Quick, clean, simple. Bit of a mix and match with the stamp sets, but sometimes that's just what you've got to do. And just one punch, so not bad, huh? And I would really love you to post your pictures of your children making similar cards as this. So if you follow my Pinterest board, my community board, details are in the show more section, all my social medias there. So just start following my community board, and so long as I know that you have some interest in crafting, I do go peeking, and I will then just send you a little invitation to join the board. And it would be lovely to see cards and the such like that your children have made for you for Mother's Day. And remember, keep those cards when you get them, because they can be put into precious memory books or scrapbooks, especially with Project Life. Again, that's something that your children can really get involved in. And actually I have a new class starting very soon, which is working, and it's one that I do on a charitable basis. I don't charge for it. They simply have to buy the journal and the inserts, and then I provide everything else. And it's for people with Alzheimer's of all degrees, and it's quite close to my heart really, in terms of, you know, I spent 20 years nursing, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a new challenge, but my husband will be helping me, who has many years of working with the elderly as well, and it will be lovely to help people keep memories, and Project Life is a really simple way of doing that. So watch this space for photos of that going on. Hopefully it'll be very soon. And yeah, so anyway, I will see you all again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'm off now for a much needed rest, because 7 videos in one day has been challenging, especially with the tree surgeons going on next door lopping down trees. So that's it from me today, and I'll say goodbye for now and ta-ta.